Hey, good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Tonya, Lady T. And yes, today is Wednesday. We got 2 more days to get it done. Then we're going to be back at the weekend. Y'all woke up this morning and I feel like a little scratchy going on in my throat. What's that about? Just a little raspiness. How you know how you get something, feel like you always got to clear your throat. Let me clear my throat. Anyway, all is well. I speak to my throat. It is healed in Jesus' name. Remove the sap, the soot, and all will be well. Amen. But anyway, as y'all can see, I'm on my way to work. Get these 8 hours knocked out, 8 to 9 hours knocked out, and we headed home. I don't have to sing this upcoming Sunday at church, so I don't have to, I'm not on the schedule for rehearsal tonight. But anyway, I wanted to come on this morning real quickly and just talk about comparison. A lot of people have been bringing me stuff and talking to me about stuff about them and where they want to be in their life right about now, and why they haven't accomplished what they've wanted to accomplish in this state or age or, you know, position they're in. And I thought, you know what, this would be good to do a video. And let me just say this, we all have probably been there and done that. Some of us are still there. There's nothing wrong with having, of course, goals, aspirations, dreams. But I think what happens, I know in my case, years ago, and just again, period, when we begin to compare ourselves to other people and we try to mimic, let's say, everything somebody else is doing. Now, that's not to say, you know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery. Of course, we may see someone, we might like their style, we might like the way they put their things together, and you're, you know, girl, you look good. That's one thing, absolutely. But I think if we always are comparing ourselves to others, and it doesn't matter whether you're in grade school, middle school, high school, college, and us as grown folk, I think what happens when we start trying to compare ourselves to other people, we either are going to excel or either we're going to fall short. But I think we will miss our own potential if we don't really look at ourselves and say, okay, Tonya, be the best you. Tap into whatever skill sets God has deposited into you to do better, to make your dreams realize, whatever accomplishments you're believing God for. Because then you're tapping into yourself and you're not always looking at this one and that one. And I know it's hard because that's how we measure ourselves, quite frankly. We will sometimes measure ourselves based on, okay, what is so-and-so doing? And because she's very successful in the way she's doing it, let me try. And I know we all want to look at success, and we always want to follow the pattern of what success is. And because so-and-so is doing it this way and she seems to be successful, or he seems to be successful, then I need to also mimic or follow that same guideline that they're doing. And of course, in things in life, whether it be financial, whether it be, you know, you're seeking out the best bank to get a mortgage from. Oh, absolutely. We get information from friends and family, and they say, yeah, go so-and-so, go and so. Again, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about when you really shortchange yourself, when you forget. Here's the important thing, because I had to realize this. You shortchange yourself when you forget let me tap into my own personal reservoir, if you will. Let me tap into my own skill set. Let me tap into me to see how creative I can be and how I can make real, successful, attainable goals as it relates to what I'm able to do. Because let's just face it, there's always gonna be someone that's quote unquote smarter than you. Whether it's book-wise, life-wise, there's always going to be somebody that's going to be more tech-savvy than you. There's always going to be somebody who is more intellectual than you. There's going to, you know, there always is going to be something based on man's guide or man or woman's standards of success. In that realm, there's always going to be somebody they're doing the daggone thing. So we have to do one or two things so that we don't lose tapping into our own. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of times if you feel like you can't achieve what Sally or Sue or John or Jeff is doing, you neglect tapping into your own skill set because you think, oh, that's unattainable. So you just throw it to the side. You don't even try. You don't even try to excel because you're always looking at that person and you're saying, you know, I'll never be that successful. I'll never be that. And I'm telling you, we don't want to admit it, but honey, let me tell you, we all have either said it or felt that way. Okay? Well, I won't say all because some people say, no, I ain't never thought that way. Well, let's just say most of us or some of us have thought that way. So I guess my thought this morning is, you know, and I've had to learn this myself. I can be honest with you and be transparent with you. I mean, I was comparing, I mean, when I was going through and I was at 330 pounds and I was, you know, a big Thundercat, double the size of that I am now, I was always comparing myself to this person and what diet plan they went on. And I mean, I literally was hurting myself trying to keep up with what other people were doing to lose weight. And again, there's nothing wrong with being inspired. Like Nina Unrated, I'm gonna tell you, you know, she has a, you know, potty mouth, if you will. But see, I can look past all that. But that woman encourages me. You know, she really does. She's in that gym. I mean, she's 40 and she looks fabulous. And she's been through a lot. And she shared that on her platform. But I'll play one of her videos just to encourage myself when I'm around my apartment. Like getting up in the morning, I still get on my elliptical machine, but I really do need to get back in the gym. But just listening to her, it encourages me to, again, tap into me. Tonya, get on that treadmill, excuse me, on that elliptical machine for about 15 minutes. Get your blood flowing, pump that heart rate up first thing in the morning. So those are the things that I do. And again, being inspired by people. But again, you have to tap into your own skill set to see how further you will go. And so that's all I wanted to come on this morning and say, you know, yeah, in life, we have comparisons. We've always been told, okay, you have to achieve this. In order to get an A, you need to have this numeric, you know, score. So there's always something that we need to reach for, ethically, educationally, just as a human being. And all that is wonderful because it gives us something to strive for. But remove any and everybody else around you. Just look at yourself. What can I do? What can I do? What can I think on? What can I put in place that's beneficial for me? Because Sally's or Jane's routine, it may be great for them because let's say they don't have kids, so they don't have that extra element in their life where they're having to get the kids dressed, where they're having to, you know, fix dinners every day, lunches and all that. So other people's lifestyles based on what's going on in their life may not be conducive to what you can do. as for instance, me as a single person. I'm able to flow pretty much like I want to, because I don't have a husband, I don't have children that require my time in that area. But now I do other things outside of my household as a single woman that draw my time. But again, you see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, if we're looking at that single woman and she's able to flow freely and do this and that and the other, then you'll look at like you're being shortchanged. No, tap into what you can do. Tap into what schedule you can work out that causes you to be creative, that causes you to be successful in what you're doing, in what's going on in your life. Because if you're trying to compare yourself to a woman who is single, she can travel, she can go do what she wants to do if she has the means to do so, and then you're sitting back and let's say you have 2 or 3 kids and a husband and let's say a mama or an in-law that you're having to look after, then you're gonna always feel that in your pit, like something is missing from your life. But again, like the word tells us, wherever you find yourself in life, learn to be content. Not to say that you won't in one day, in seasons down the road, years down the road, that you can't do something that is more pleasing to you. Because everything don't last always. And don't have the mentality that, man, am I ever going to get out of this? Yeah, eventually you will. But you have to wait when that happens. You have to wait your season. You have to wait. So again, I always say delayed is not denied. And again, love yourself. Tap into yourself enough to say, you know what? I'm going to be creative with these things. That's why I love watching different family videos on YouTube where you have a mother of 8 or a mother of 3 stay-at-home moms. I just love it. I get encouraged and say, look, Tonya, you ain't got no excuse. This woman got 8 children. And again, that comparison thing pops in there. But again, it's a motivator. It's a motivator for you not to stay stagnant when you're watching. But again, sometimes comparing your life to people, it can be a plus or it can be a minus. It's a plus if it motivates you to do and tap into your skill set to make your life a little bit more better or more exciting or more fun. It's not the same old mundane thing. And then it could be a negative if you watching people and it doesn't motivate you and it causes you to be stagnant and remain stagnant. So anyway, like I said, I don't want to belabor the point, but I hope y'all are understanding what I'm saying about comparison. Allow comparison to work together for your good and not your bad. Allow it to catapult you into looking at yourself and say, you know what? I may not be here, I may not be there, and it may be that that's not even the focus. But in all things that I find myself in, I've got to learn how to be content. And if you want something to change, make it change. We have the ability to do that. And it may not be tomorrow, but every day that the Lord allows you to see another day, within that 24 hours, make it the best 24 hours or however many hours you're granted in that day. Because guess what? None of us know the day or the hour when we get called home to glory. Amen. But anyway, y'all be encouraged. I think I might go to Mama's house, have dinner with her tonight. If I do, I may do a mukbang. But anyway, I love y'all. God bless. Ooh, that sun is bright. And may the peace of the Lord be with you. Love y'all. Bye.